Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-round badass, have in mind this time? Prob's just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Oh, so she's banging her attorney. Hello everybody, welcome back to Lost Game Chronicles. My name is Kelly, and today we are trying Orwell, which is an indie game, and it's like a sort of dystopian themed game, is my understanding. We have to investigate people to find the terrorists among us. Which, yeah, so it's kind of like dystopian future where you're always being watched, essentially, and we are the watcher. So we're gonna create a new person. You've been selected for the Orwell test phase. My name? Oh, I could decide on who I want to be. Who do we want to be? This... I'm wearing glasses today, so we're gonna go with the glasses lady. Enter our name. Admir. Next step. Nope. Not doing that. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Sure. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Freedom Plaza, April 12th, 2017, at 7:48 a.m. We're looking for terrorists. Anyone see any terrorists yet? Interesting. That guy there, the one walking away from us, that's definitely a terrorist. The guy in the yellow hair. Police record found. Ooh, interesting. Looks a little like us, but with blue hair. Whoa! Uh-oh. You're online. Good. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together, we will form both the first and last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out Orwell's system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident, so let's get started. Okay. I've activated the reader for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks on online websites and documents for easy access and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our local newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Okay, reader. Headlines. The leading newspaper of the nation. Okay, feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Okay. It's a good day to fall in love on singular. Nice. All right. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. Negotiations in Triflith failed. Triflith, Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition, violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Movie shooting complete. 100 Gray Shadows on Valentine's Day. Written and directed by Samishi Aaron, Rhubarb Productions. Hillberry, a shooting of Gray Shadows saga lasting 4 years, finalized third day of saga. To hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day. Cool. All right, well, let's try this. Rosen Technologies, shaping visions bit by bit. Okay. Destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 survived. Terrorist ambitions suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. So this is the picture of the aftermath, I guess. Approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts of the free. Sorry, I butchered that German. I don't speak German. It's one language I don't know anything about. All right, so Prime Minister Blaine immediately issues a press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been found and brought to justice. All right. Negotiations with Triflith. I'm going to keep saying filth. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition, violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Violent riots are all too common in the shattered city of Triflith. Peace negotiations in riot-ridden Pargesian capital of Triflith have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassart abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. Okay, so basically, all right, I just had to process that. So he cut off communications with opposition after they presented a tangible plan for re-election. So he didn't want to participate in re-elections, basically. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It had been reported that the demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and into cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country and has requested both sides resume diplomatic discussions. And then we've got this movie. Updated version of official poster was posted by director. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Sumishi Aaron announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama 100 Gray Shadows has finally come to an end. Announced via his timeline profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and final editing stages before the conclusion of Gray Shadows series would hit cinemas at Valentine's next year. The third and final chapter of the Grey Shadow saga, previous releases being A Grey Shadow and Another Grey Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Avon and Mike McDeal, who have had long-lasting quarrels during filming. As a result, one production hand was reported to say that these spats were getting out of control and that the completion of any scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get their comment, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. Okay. Unknown person. The profiler holds all known information of those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect, okay? Blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at her arrest record. Quote of the day is, "The price of freedom is eternal vigilance." I would say that's about right. Today is a bright, cold day. Some clouds will show up in the early afternoon, only to give way to a clear sky at sundown. I don't know how to do this. Oh, here it is. They did not explain how to do that. The highlighted elements of the record are pieces of data that are linked, that are able to be extracted. We call them data chunks, okay? Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connection or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into the profile to upload them to our servers. Okay, so her name is Cassandra Watergate. Okay, so my understanding of this is that the information, we can either choose to add information or we can choose not to add information. And the information that we add will have consequences. So our input is what will have consequences. So we know this person's name is Cassandra Watergate. We'll drop that in there. I think that's fair. So she was arrested on July 10th, 2016. So last year, basically a little less than a year ago, actually. Assault on a police officer. Arresting officer was Duncan Lloyd. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly removed, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Weird. Okay. All right. Oh, and her photo. All right. Yeah. Assault on a police. Very good pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information and documents can only become a data chunk if it can clearly be assigned to the target person. Add the reason for Ms. Watergate's prior arrest that has been unlocked. We will need this information to progress. Okay. Previously arrested for assault on a police officer. Good. With the data you've extracted from the police record, a new document can be accessed. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. Okay. Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago, remains in custody, trial scheduled for August. Simple protester or anti-government terrorist. Case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is being held in custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of the demonstration against the newest amendment to the government's model project, the safety bill. I don't know. It doesn't sound like she actually did this, but the exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up here right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence, but maybe it is, though. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. Why? We should find out why. We should gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Okay, so that's at the Freedom Rally or whatever. Due to chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside the other rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. All right. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. Great, you found another document. Before you go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into the case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex it dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of a targeted person. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay. Sandra's port. Oh, portfolio. Port.folio. Harboring outstanding art. All right, welcome to the port of Cassandra Watergate. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful and inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job and focus on my art career and put my stuff on port.folio. Below you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows to the left and right side of the pictures. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my Tell You account, Cassie92, and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. My beloved furball Kiko. Definitely the only family I need. Yep, that beaut is me. I was never sure about the title though, The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter, or Victim of Traditionalism in pink. Businessman's Forgotten Daughter. Interesting. A Christmas present for my darling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. That a husband or partner? Businessman's Forgotten Daughter. Alright, that can't be... You're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is really living in Wonderland. No, somehow I doubt that. Call it intuition. People's lives are hanging in the balance, so what if we pass... Oh, I see. I cannot identify it as wrong so easily. Gotta be more careful next time around. Alright. Well... Good, you found a chat handle that will allow us to overhear any conversation on the account. The listener now has been unlocked. New conversations will appear wherever they are started. Okay. Quit previous job to focus on art career. That's probably makes sense. So I can't undo the... We should find out what the job was. Yes, we should. Businessman's forgotten daughter. What will this say? Daughter of entrepreneurs. In a relationship. Right. So that's all we have for that. Listener. April 13th. This was today with an unknown person. Hey, you. Hey, Jossie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. You can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-round badass, have in mind this time? Prob's just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Oh, so she's banging her attorney. Actually, yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. Guess I'd better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. Oh, whatever. I guess I should pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents, then. Oh, come on, I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Yeah, maybe. Gotta go now, text later, XOXO. Daughter of pharmaceutical entrepreneurs, sure. Related document. Watergate, pharma entrepreneurs, that does ring a bell. Okay. And client is lower. Okay, so this is... So this must be the boyfriend. You can now have a profile for related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted for their relevant profiles. Okay, so she didn't actually steal a platinum card, so we're not going to pull that out because that's out of context. She didn't do that. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Procedure closing raises manipulation. Investigation into malicious injury of police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. The suspect's lawyer, Orwell, informs me you've encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of those data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed. Though it is your decision, once the information has been parsed, there's no way to reverse your choice. Okay. Triumphant. The suspect's lawyer, criminal attorney, Joseph Langley. Joseph. Is it Joseph or Joseph? I don't know. The case has been at the center of media attention for the last month, has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted for the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place. with the case being closed due to lack of evidence. Show conflict? There's a one. I can't tell if there is one. I mean, this has to be right? Warning, not all conflicting data chunks have been found yet. Okay. So we shouldn't do that yet. All right. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed this outcome. At no point was there ever any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Okay. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that a wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed into hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. That's sad. Watergate Pharmaceuticals. So we have the perceived reason for why the proceedings went the way they did, and then we have the family of the person who was injured suspecting a different one. This is Watergate Pharmaceuticals, so this is possibly her parents or father. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives in our industry-leading range of products, mood-elevating medication. These must be the party pills she was talking about. Bruno Watergate. This must be a brother or father. The name Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceuticals research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine. Has been the head of the business, has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since 1931. CEO is Bruno Watergate, grandson of founder Edgar Watergate. Apart from working in the family business with Mr. Watergate, is also co-founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Parges. Dr. Alice Watergate. Co-founder of the firm. Her husband, Bruno, holds PhD in biology and chemistry. Okay, so she leads the research development laboratories. Junior COO, carrying the family tradition to the next generation. Alice's daughter, Sandra, will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-long strong legacy. All right. Can't do that much damage, right? Ah, I see it now. Keeping it in the family. Yeah. COO. I don't think this is right. Something about this doesn't sit right. We're urgently looking for a new COO to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. They have a research internship available as well. I don't know. I think there's more to this story. I don't know, maybe it's just my tendency to believe the best in people, but I just don't think that this is right. I'd love to know when this was updated. Because we saw her with blue hair, like, yesterday when the thing blew up. So this has to be... That's the reason why I'm suspicious of this. Because why is her hair longer and blonde, where we just saw her yesterday with this hair in that video of the explosion? It makes me think that this was maybe like planned at one point, but didn't actually happen. But I guess we don't have any conflicting information, so we just have to put it up. No, I don't think that's right. Alison Brudos. Closed due to lack of evidence. I don't know. That's what I figured. Pity the CCTV did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Unless there's somebody like... Is that actually the same person? A good question. Documents you've already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you. National Beholder just published a new article you may want to take a look at and see if there's any new information. Unless somebody was trying to pose as her and didn't know that she had changed. That's the other thing that could have happened. I guess that way everything stays in the family. The artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Headlines. Crime rate continues to drop. Hilarious. Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime stats in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Delacroix gives a press conference early this morning. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistics report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. That's a huge drop. Crime rates have been consistently declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased with these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact on preventing further incidents. Well, it was already dropping, but, yeah, well, but anyway. Our principles put into action. So the safety bill is passed here. The party is elected here. So this happened even before, this drop was happening even before. Okay. The safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is a simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whether an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. 5 pillars of our great nation. Safety and security. We firmly believe in strict safety regulations, mechanisms to preserve the life and well-being of every individual. Economy and commerce. Strong economy equals strong society. This is why we strive for constant healthy growth. Values and tradition, our cultural origins as well as significance of family and communal life must be cherished. Migration and foreign affairs, gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries where necessities to uphold law and order in our own. Education and health. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are the foundations of a great future. Okay? People, leaders of the nation. This is Robert Blaine, our Prime Minister. Prime Minister Blaine, as much remarkable visionary as unmatched leader, is a member of the party in the 4th generation. When the surprising death of the previous leader of the party, Mrs. Goddard, left behind a power vacuum, it was young Robert Blaine who stepped up and was elected as the new head unanimously. Just as in the exemplary case, Mr. Blaine was to take initiative whenever possible and assure not to relent until the party's ambitious goals have been achieved. We've got Arthur Scott Gallagher as the Secretary of Economy, Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, Peter Faulkner as Secretary of Defense. Good to know. Projects. Debate. Become a member of the party. Donate, volunteer, become a member. Join the army of the nation. The party is a big promoter of direct service to the homeland. If you think you have it in you to defend the freedom of the nation in foreign countries and help stabilize them, get enlisted now. Wow. Don't love it. Okay, so did something else get updated? Jobs. Urgently looking for a COO. Formerly junior CAO. Oh, is junior COO not the... Or maybe I was wrong, nothing stays in the family, ouch. Oh, okay, so she quit. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job, good. Currently thinking about our Miss Watergate underwent quite radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened between these two lives of hers. What may have caused such a radical shift? All right, so she was born September 17th, 1992. Has an interest in art, music, and activism. Art, music, and activism, what a lineup. What are you saying? You saying that people who like that kind of thing are troublemakers? Cassandra Watergate. Woo, first day of freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. Jake Clefton. This was March 17th, 2017. Oh, so it's not that long ago that she decided to leave. Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't worry about me. Despised puppets of the state, you've finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes for you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what's the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out in ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'd feel much better. Mary, just shut your fucking mouth, okay? Mary Bly, broken friendship. I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder, but in this case, it's in the past now. All right. Wait, conflicting information? Sandra's in a relationship with Yosef Langley, not a member. All right. We knew that already. With her lawyer, might be noteworthy. Yeah, it might be. The Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this shit, but surprise, surprise, they had to mention speculation over my parents buying me out. Makes click counts go boom, doesn't it? At least you're redeemed now. Want to blow off some steam together with a little late night shopping tour? Not today, I have a date this evening. Ooh, who's the lucky one? Case closed. Congratulations, I never had any doubts, kiddo. You're my heroine in both heroic and drug way. 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. We've shown the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and mislead people into believing false promises. Cams for security, one big lie. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Shall we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom Party on Friday? Thanks, guys. I'm so happy. I'm sure you heard the load. I'm sure you heard the load off my mind. Yeah, totally write an article on our blog. Juliet, of course, I'm so in. Concert was amazing. Just so amazing. I had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how do you like it? Oh my god, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to the stylist? We should have gone together. Cassie's gone punked. Did mommy and daddy agree with that? Looks nice. That's a whole new you. You will need a new name. How about Casarthus? That's clever. Me likey. Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthus. No. Invite you. Now I'd like to invite you into our little activist group if you want to join us. This is Harrison. Would be nice to have you with us for the protest at the Freedom Plaza on Friday. So this was before the situation with the thing. All right, we should probably put this in here. An activist group. Is there anything more specific? Just discovered the hot new brand the Targets. Man, do they rock. They're playing our new band. A brand. Man, do they really rock. They're playing concert in the Cell next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punks, not really my style. Sorry, Cass. We just can't we just go see Cherry Cheeks sometime? They're not just some punks. Their lead singer is real cutie, and they have a cool guitarist girl. Plus, they've got a message. What's not to like? No, sorry, it's not for me. You're the one missing out. You'll have to. My Mary, the best friend of all times. So, this was 2016. And then they have this broken friendship now. Yeah. So they were best friends. No longer. How sad. Is it? And she does really not like the government. That's not a lie. Either Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. Are we working for the government? I guess we are. Ugh. Yuck. All right, well, there's something else here. Joseph Langley. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Oh. Yeah, don't remind me, you know, I have history with that place. Well, sure he does. He literally defended you in a court case about it. Already fucking me up enough that I have to catch the bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was there just moments before it happened. Ugh, I never should have done that damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. I was so happy when Godfells accepted me into thought. Fuck is thought? I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. Think of it this way, if you would not have gone to the protest, you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and we never would have met. Yeah, I would have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You're not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? I'm pretty sure. Ka-ching. Was that supposed to be my credit card in a cash register? Something like that, I guess. I hope you like Chateau Margaux. Great, so you decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir. Always ready to pull money out of innocent pockets. Anyway, I got the good stuff headed to my handsome boyfriend Yosef for dinner. Here's the thing. I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule. I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll catch each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every fucking where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please calm down. Have you taken your metharin? Yes, damn it. Oh my god, the worst fucking thing to ask. It's the only thing that matters to you, that I'm fucking on happy pills all day? Darling, please, it's nothing like that, and you know it. So keep your mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If you don't show up at this appointment, I risk losing a very important client. Fine. Don't you understand that? Oh no, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing that very important client of yours. Cassie, don't be like that. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. Well, that's it. Alright, so metharin. Let's check that out. Probably one of her parents' drugs. Products. Metharin, antidepressant, helps stabilize your emotions. So, could be like a bipolar thing or an actual antidepressant. Alright, so she's on an antidepressant. Yeah, I already did. Literally just did that. Antidepressant. It might be emotionally unstable if she's reliant on this medication. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. As a person who is on antidepressants, I take personal offense. Looking at what you've extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. No, we're not. I will indicate that to law enforcement. I don't think we are. Godfells. Catches the bus at Freedom Plaza every day. I mean, if we put that in there, it takes it so far out of context. Yeah, I think we need to investigate this Godfells guy. Activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe that's what influenced. Who is the Godfells? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Yeah. I agree. Because I don't think this is the person. I don't know. This could be good or bad for her. Meaning her presence before the bombing could be coincidence after all. Yes, good. Okay, thank God. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. Okay. Got an alias. An alias name, you know, people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias when we can match data chunks to target persons, whenever they're using them. Overview. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. And we're playing Orwell. It's great. The Thought. Welcome to the Thought blog. Pick an entry below. Freedom is unfree. Catharsis. Published in September 2017. Forbidden article. Forbidden article. These are all private. It's cams everywhere, even the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is that more than a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You probably know me as either the blue-haired punk bitch or stupid cunt. Oh my god. Anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never occurred to anyone that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We've always been against violence. Huh, if you think that is her actual attitude, we might be barking up the wrong tree after all. I do think that's her actual attitude. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting. I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. You have to dig deeper. Juliet. Hey, Cassie. Hi, Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know. Your post on timelines about this assault today. Really, Jules? You're not going to preach to me about this stupid post, are you? You really shouldn't write something like that. No, I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing, just between the two of us. I just let off steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and lots of other shit today. This bombing stirred up all the crap again, you know. What I did. What she did. What happened there wasn't your fault. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me and you succeeded. You mustn't forget that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault, Juliet? I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Fuck. Who knows what would happen if you hadn't stopped him? And this is why you really should remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie, nobody's innocent. You'll have to let go. Oh, God. So she did fucking do it. All right. Well, she did that. We don't necessarily know that she blew anybody up. What's this post they're talking about? Finally, someone who has the grit and explosive to show how futile surveillance is. These assault justified for showing the futility of surveillance. Entry 9. All right, we haven't even finished reading this. We were always against violence. One would assume that in the age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was involved or not, but it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raised the question, why are there so many damn cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all the web. Priest thoughts. Oh god, okay. On. And now it's in our real lives too. But the statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the Capitol, there is a symbol of freedom, comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there, this is now the plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. So what's this? Thoughts are free. If liberty means... Yeah, okay, we saw that already. Are thoughts still free? Published in 2012 by Goldfells. I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them. No hunter can shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me, still always reticent and as it is suitable. My wish and desire, no one can deny me, and so it will always be, thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, all these are futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart, thoughts are free. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believed this to be the universal truth, and that there are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people would be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what's going on in our heads until we chose to reveal it. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain for our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thought still be free? Is it not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means as a final consequence, we will stop thinking? When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to total control and safety bigotry of the digital world. Goldfells. The guest commented, interesting name, by the way, just stumbled upon your new blog, and that's some truth you tell here. The web was born in the sense of ultimate freedom to be who you want to be and express yourself, wasn't it? Now the gov have come to threaten this with real name policies and shit. Save your IP so they can look up who you are, so you don't say anything wrong, possibly. About time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, you've just gained yourself your first follower. Goldfellas. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I am very much delighted to have a first follower. Hello, admin. I like your things too. Could you one, but now even more? What the fuck does that mean? To get a service on search engine optimization independent. Okay. Whatever. All right, so Goldfell's started the blog, I guess. One comment, really, Cassie, you laugh at people being killed. Are you out of your mind? Jake didn't like that. All right, well, you know, I don't think she did this. But I can't update that now because we've got an adverse violence. All right, but then we've got all this crap. So she actually did hurt somebody. Injured police officer to protect Juliet Carrington. What? Where did that come from now? This is perfect. We can arrest her and open up an investigation again. However, we probably won't hold her for long if it really happened in defense of Juliet. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. Next stop, Wonderland, right? Just kidding. Next time, be careful providing the wrong data, though, okay? In Miss Watergate's case, it's not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. Uh-oh. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door, BRB. Okay, I'll wait. Think you'll be waiting a while. I don't think she's coming back. By the way, how's your boyfriend? You're still together, you haven't been talking about him much lately. Well, not as much as before. Hello? Yeah, she's not coming back. Inquire if all went well with the arrest of Miss Watergate. You did a great job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defense of Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. Okay, I just received information. She's now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group, though. Whether they... Oh, God. No. Take a look at the news. Two dead after second explosion. That's horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults were connected. And if it wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time, so that's her out of the picture, at least for this attack. This complicates matters massively, so much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors and see how they want to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off, get some rest by clicking the button on the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are not going to be the best. So, 2 dead after second explosion, explosive at Stellington University in Bonton. At least 2 dead, 3 injured. Once again, a letter was received just before the crime. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bonton University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the city administration office of Bonton received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained 3 stanzas from the German folk song, "Thoughts Are Free." I'm not going to try and say that again. Exactly like the letter received before the assault in the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We will inform you about any developments on this event as soon as other details are available. And we just have the stolen credit card. So yeah, I think that's it. Unprocessed junks will expire, yes. So we've completed episode 1. So assault on freeze. So this is the global stuff that happened. This is what the information we got on our target person. And we'll go back to main menu. Well, that was it, guys. That was Orwell. That was chapter 1 of Orwell. There are more chapters, of course. But yeah, I just thought this would be kind of like an interesting thing to try and just kind of see what it's about. And it's pretty cool. Lots of like digging and stuff. And if you like digging around in people's personal information and finding out interesting bits of, well, I mean, you know, if you like doing it in a simulated setting, then this might be the game for you. It's pretty cool. I like games like this kind of dystopian, Big Brother is watching kind of type games. I find them interesting. And they've always got some pretty good reveals. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!